Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Well, I'm doing great, and I just finished writing this how to build a robust AI calling chat feature, which means that while I'm integrating these models on my app, just because a therapist that on the board, on our board, actually, won't be available for them all the time, and people with mild to severe mental health problems, they want someone to listen to them. I know now there are these apps nowadays where you just pay like 500 bucks to talk to a stranger and tell you personal problems and all that stuff. But my question is, why would they? Why would I personally won't spend 500 bucks or even anything like lesser than that, 299, 200, whatever the shit is going on right now by these people, because they're obviously integrating ads on Instagram and stuff. Although I don't use Instagram that much, but I have to sometimes to see what's going on, some good poetry, some plans, like typical my kind of thing. So this is what I have created, and it's from high level architecture to the key technologies. So first, it is the base of the application, the high level architecture, and the real time media pipeline. I have worked with WebRTC. That's not an issue because Zoom is also on WebRTC. WebRTC is nothing but a framework where you can call to any other. It's like call to action to some other person. In this case, it will be an AI. In some case, like we know, there's Zoom and Google. What's that? Google Meet, I think. Yeah, they all use WebRTC in a very sophisticated manner because they have like billions of dollars to burn and excellent engineers who won't let them burn it, but still the research team is really robust. Mine isn't because I'm the only person who's doing it, and I don't even want someone to hop on the bandwagon because I have learned a lot of lessons in the last one. I love to follow my instincts now. I'll not do anything. I'm not gonna do anything that will make me repeat 2023 24. Instead, 2019 to 2022. The best fucking era that I have in business. Had in actually. It was really great. Like on weekends, you're just woken up and you're about to check your phone and you have already like certain amount, 4 to 5 figures, sometimes 6 figures, you know, deposited to your account because Razorpay has cleared our whatever the kind of business we are doing, and if the customers had gotten their order or not. So they have a framework where they check everything before release. It's like an escrow where my product is for sale. They'll pay. They'll payment. Their payment will be stuck until I give them a something which is like fully developed. Right now, what is happening here is like I'll be first building an MVP, which is known as minimum viable product, and for that, this is the blueprint that I just created. It's gonna take time. It's definitely gonna take time because none of these frameworks and approaches are easy. They're not. They're pretty difficult, and it'll take some time. Me writing the code, debugging, and whatnot. I'm well prepared, but still, this is something inevitable for a developer. If you show me the world's best developer, and I'll show you how he debugs the code, which hardly anyone looks at, because once the app gets big, you don't know the backstory how they have created it or how they may have. But anyways, I created this, and now I was thinking that what else I can integrate in that application, because see, therapists, I wanna charge the fee. I'll get a cut from it. This is the business model. Plus, other than that, people who are wanting to talk to, maybe it's like still maybe they'll have to pay like $10 to $20 a month. Maybe if I see at the end of the day, it's a business. I know I have a very aggressive empathy towards people, and I'm someone who will just ask them to use it for free. But then at the end of the day, it's a business. I have costs to cover. And this time I'm not asking any check from anyone, because I lose the creative direction. That has happened with me a lot of times. In 2010, I guess, 10 or 11, I had a very bad, what do you call it, a very negative kind of shenanigan with the person who paid and invested in the company, because he was trying to macro manage me, and that is something I just can't stand. Why have you even wrote a check to me if you don't see the conviction in me? Why? Don't invest in anything. So now what happens is, now I have to cut costs because I don't have that kind of a money where I can like, and I won't spend unnecessary extra money on anything, because if I can develop an app, why should I hire a developer? If I can write copy, or AI can write copy for certain sections of the website or the app, why do I need a copywriter? It's as simple as that. Earlier, I used to be like, okay, here will be the DevOps team, here's the tech dev team, and there's this designer team who will design stuff, and then I hire an different agency to do the marketing for me, paying 1 lakh rupees a month, while you don't even know if the product will work or not. By the time it was ready, I was pretty convinced that we are gonna crash, because by that time no one was giving a fuck about NFTs. Instead, they were just calling them a scam. I we actually no I because it was my idea. Sorry. So I saw companies getting blasted left and right, who created a certain this sort of an environment, and they had a fallout with their investors too. I don't like to hand over my creative process to someone else. Okay, and that whole year that I worked from the 2023, 22 end to 2014 in the beginning, I never drew even 1 rupee as my salary. I was not getting paid, and it's on record. I worked for that particular application for almost 2 years, but I never drew a single amount of payment or a salary or a compensation. Nothing. Yes, I had the stocks of. I still own the stocks of the company, but the company has shut down. I cannot fight Book My Show. I, these are like realistic and very practical kind of a thing, because Book My Show in India is doing business since the last God knows when. Like, I think this started like late 90s. So no one was gonna look 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 into an application which is built on blockchain, uh, doesn't have any crypto scam shit, or you don't have to make payments through crypto. It was very flexible and seamless because we added like UPI options, real currency options. I mean, because that time anyone building a crypto startup was a scammer already. People love to label people, and that is why I kept it in a very different manner. And the entrepreneur group in my city that has, they were like, we used to have like meetings weekly, book read meetups, and they were all like, dude, what are you doing, why? Because see, I did ask for a check from someone and I have to show him the conviction that I have. I cannot be like, okay, the product is being built or such feature is not working, this and that, plus I have took money from them and they feel like they own me. So I mean, they take over the whole thing, uh, which is I just can't. I mean, it's too much for me. I need my creative space and everything. So this is something that I am doing all alone. Yeah, I do need a marketer, as I previously had said. Other than that, I don't need anyone, and I will use AI wherever it is needed. Even if I can clone my voice into the 11 Labs API, it'll work. But my voice is not so melodic, so to speak. So I have to ask one of my therapist friends who's a female, and dub her voice, clone her voice actually, and dub the machine who can speak to this other person over call who's calling. Now, all of this should be also encrypted end to end. Why? Because why do you suppose someone is going through uh, what do you call it? There's a form of schizophrenia which is like you doubt everyone at that point of time, and no one would believe in an app where there is financial non-security. You're paying lesser than what you will pay eventually to the therapist, because therapy is expensive. So we are, I mean, why I am planning to give them this space where they can be like, all right, we are not getting scalped, because medical health and mental health in India right now is completely fucked. Completely fucked. I think in those hospitals there are like certain departments where the doctor is like really cool and nice, but otherwise everyone is just waiting to scalp money. Makes no sense. So back to this, I don't want to draw any salary. Instead, I'll use my own money to build this. I'll find areas where I can do it cheaply, something, but it should also look premium. This is something I learned from someone, that you can develop something at a very low cost, but that low cost thing shouldn't be visible on that app, so that when people see, people have no idea how, and they don't even want to know how the application was developed, what is the back end, because the front end is all they got and all they get. If it is not classy, if the design is not classy and seamless, removes friction, because no one is having that level of you know what do you call it, patience to go through different checks and all that. One captcha is enough. For me, one captcha is enough, and that will not disrupt your experience while using the app by putting on ads and stuff like that. We'll figure out. I'll figure out. God, I'm so used to with V, but toxically, it is not good for me because it is toxic. Like, just asking someone to work hard or the ship will sink. Eventually, that did, but it wasn't his mistake nor mine. But at least he should have shown some sort of conviction. Like, he never even believed in the idea, by the way. He was like, alright, you're building it, fine, I'll get in. I'm getting a co founder tag so I can use it everywhere and all that shit. No real substance. So, I'm figuring out how I'm gonna build it, anyways. And it's been a while. Like, I'm the one who's writing the full on code and stuff, but I'm getting my hands on again. I'm getting that grip. Even if I don't work on this, I'm practicing my programming skills every day. Yeah, every fucking day I'm building something. It can be on Python. This is something I'm learning that my last video was on, which is like Next.js and React. I'm looking at code through. I'm watching them and I'm coding through and I'm learning the concepts while they're developing it. Best thing to do. See, here also I can cut the costs. Why do you want to take a professional course and stuff? That all of this should come later on because as a responsibility of a business is to make money. It's as simple as that. At the end of the day, it's a business, and any business is prima facie is simply making money, and it's not that tough. The thing is, we complicate it very much. It is as simple as that. They are like just two layers. Apart from sorry, my bad. Sorry. From the application, I don't think so. That's the approach anyone should take, and this will kick off most probably by next year in April or May. I am not good with uh, deadlines, and I don't even expect someone to work on a deadline as well. I mean, the marketing person, whoever I'll hire, uh, not having a schedule is also something which helps me a lot. I mean, I'll work on two different things in a day, but I will spend like 4 hours there and 3 hours here. That's close to 7 hours or 8 hours sometimes. I'm if I'm not going to the formal uh, place of study, I'm still learning like every day, no matter what. No matter what, no matter what. Uh, Even in my workplace, last night I had no work at all because I already delivered in the website and everything um, in advance. So my boss, I mean, he is my boss. He might come tomorrow and come up with few new projects. So yeah, I'm building this. So I'm a little skeptical. Like I'm getting into a very you know portal space where not a lot of people try to tap into, but there are problems. There are these small loopholes because I have taken therapy for a year, and after that, here and there, like my therapist friends would just sit with me, and became very proficient with it. So I understand the problem. What it is, we do have the applications, but there are so many loopholes in it as well. So to सारे घास को साथ ही खाएगा क्या? So I'm sorry. Um, so yeah, so I don't want to make it, a big, huge fucking ass team and stuff like that. Yeah, I might accept angel check because then I have the control over everything. No one is micromanaging me. I would maybe need it to rent out the servers and all, but I am trying my level best to not raise money at all, but bootstrap it. I'm ready to cut my cigarettes off to save money, and some days I would take a bike or something to my job just to save money for building this application. This application has been my dream since 2023, and it's 25. 2 years, nothing happened. In this field, nothing happened, but now I'm like full on into it. Even if I have a night job, like where I'm developing stuff and all, I'm sometimes running out of creative ideas, and that is what happened today. Even if there was no work, I was running out of my creative space. So yeah, we're gonna let that happen ever again. So let's see where it all goes. We'll do the learning part that we left yesterday, and we'll resume from there only. I think in a few hours, I guess, or in a while. I have to check what are the other things that I have to uh, take a look into, and after that I'll decide, and I'll be on stream. Although no one is watching, but still have to start somewhere, and this is my best real technology. That is what I can talk about. I can talk about business. I can talk about stocks, not other stuff like average stuff. So let's see where this goes. This is like a very it's time of mine when I'm researching things every day about how I can make the app, what I can integrate, how I can integrate, what are the services, what are their charges, everything. If you are getting into an industry, know everything about it. And the mental health industry, from a statistical review, is already like around $7.5 billion. There is a loophole that we can tap into, because I don't believe in any of these 299, 399 wala packs that are over all across the internet, that you need someone to talk to. Fine, but there are people who always like are wanting to talk to someone, always on high anxiety. But I have been there. I know how it is, how it feels when you just generally call someone or your friend and they don't even understand properly what's happening. See, a therapist will guide you through, take your sessions, do all the CBT and everything for your healing and stuff, but they'll never befriend you. Why? Because that is what professionalism is. You do hi hello to everyone, but if that guy is a product manager or you are also a product manager, do your own things separately, never mix up, because that's where things get very messy. And that's an exception if someone comes with a PayPal idea between Left Chin and Musk, how they were fighting for some of the technical details of PayPal, but that does create a friction which is not wanted. So we'll try to be very respectful to the work and very honest about it. Even if something delays or anything, all of you will be intimated, and I really want that people should use this application. And to really wanting that, I need funds and I need someone who can market it, and someone like me who's like very jugadu kind of a guy who will just cut the costs. I can cut the cost for sure, but now I have to find someone who also uses that sort of jugad mentality when they're like very new to building something. So let me just write a couple of ending parts to it, and then we learn public. We'll go through Mern stack, and I think that's for the day. And I might go to sleep as well. I don't know. Hardly 4 to 5 hours. That's it. That's enough for me. I don't wanna see if I don't sleep. I can do it now also as well. I can start reading. I'll read wrong first of all. Secondly, I have a I have to go to work at night because we are in sync with the UK and US Canada clients. So we work on their time zones. So that is why I have to be there at night as well. So just to what do you call it? Just to be efficient and not grumpy. I love my sleep. I have to sleep for like at least 5 hours, 4 to 5, and I'm good to go. Dude got crazy or what? But anyways, so I'll be right back. Until now, and until then, I'll be back soon. By the way, let's see what's the schedule today. I have a couple of meetings, all online. So I'll intimate when I'll come live. Right now, I'm just recording. I'm not going live because I don't know. Maybe in the recording I can do things, or if someone enters my room suddenly, I have to sit and edit, and I don't have that kind of time right now, and I don't even have the skills to do that because I've never been a video guy. I've never been a photographer, so I can become a man of many talents, but music and code is what I do perfectly. Code and design for sure. Other than that, even I don't trust myself, you know. So let me just gather up the stuff and we'll be right back online. Thank you for listening, and stick to it. As I'm learning and building in public, we will see how the app development goes. You can see the everything that happens in the backstage, not only on the front stage. So yeah, that's all for it now. I am signing off, and I'll be right back very soon. Thank you.